relocate that to there, put this to here. Tesla, Rivian. Rivian, Tesla. Rivian's better. Panel is maxed out. All the tandems are taken. Cannot stack these to have a space for an extra 60 amp because you have to go 125% for continuous. So we're replacing this with a 125 breaker, putting a sub panel in the garage, and then powering those two chargers from the sub panel. Here we go. Here we go. Power that down, remove existing wire. We'll reuse it on the other side, feed it with a new 2-3 to feed the sub panel. Here we go. And since we are working on a live panel, I mean customer's home, can't power it down. Tape off the ends of your conductors, even the ground one if you can. And we're gonna try and use this as our pull wire for the bigger wire that will supply the sub panel on the other side. Here we go. Wish me luck. Here's the other side. We're planning to put a sub panel here, feed it from that box, and then feed the Rivian that's going to replace this Tesla here. And then we will come up from the sub panel up and over to feed this Tesla that's moving. Here we go. Let's see how easy this is. So here we go. Tesla charger removed. Open up that chase. Plenty of room. Show you the other side. Panel. Here we go. Here's our chase. We are not in the service. And the wire is right there. That hole is big enough for the new 2-3 wire. Be an easy pull, hopefully. Come on, focus. Here we go. Okay, now that our bigger wire is through, and make sure to pick up an occupational hazard. Needed a bigger washer or basically ring so you don't cut the wire. Now we're going to remove the 60 amp, put a 125, land these wires, land everything. Don't turn it on. And then we're good to go on setting the panel on the other side. Okay, 125 is in place. Neutral landed, ground landed. And then you got your A, B phase. Make sure the breaker is off because we're still working on the other end. And for extra safety, tape it off, cap it off, just in case somebody comes in and decides to, hey, let me flip this new breaker that I've never seen here before. Okay, let's go to install the sub panel. Okay, new wire is pulled. Temporarily set the sub panel to get my conduit measurements. And then when I get that, set them in, permanently mount it, and then run my next one for the relocated charger. Okay, now that the supply wires are landed, it's always a good idea to check voltages, to check, make sure ground to hots, ground to neutral, neutral to hot, and all that. And what do we not do in a sub panel? We do not bond the neutral and the ground together. Sub panels, no. Let's check voltage. Go ahead, turn on the power. Here we go. Hot to hot, 245. Hot to neutral, 123. Hot to ground, 123. And then repeat, hot to hot, 244. Hot to ground, 122. Hot to neutral, 122. This ground as well, 122. At the pipe, 122. After you confirm the voltages, make sure to turn the breaker off again. Do not work while it's live. Whenever you can power something off, power it off. Best thing to do. And off. Let's go mount those chargers and then proceed. So here we are. Here's the Rivian charger mounted. Yeah, I hate using these existing knockouts because they rarely go where they need to, but it just turned out that this works here, and it kind of like warped the case because this case kind of like sort of flares out a little. Yeah, this charger, I mean, Tesla charger is a lot cleaner and neat looking, but I still prefer Rivian. So there we go, mounted, and then I'll pipe the other and then I'll run wire for both. Here we go. And now that we piped the other charger, let's pull some wire, test voltage, lock them up, clean up, collect money. Quick little advice. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but even on a short run like this, I mean, this is number 6 wire, 3/4 pipe. It's an easy pull. You can absolutely push that, but get into a habit of just running a fish tape, and trust me, you will thank yourself. You will thank yourself every time, because sometimes it just doesn't go well. Sometimes you just cannot push it through. You end up pulling it back, wasting time. And I know when you're working for a company, yeah, you're paid by the hour, you know, no big deal, but you get complacent. And if you ever start your own, your efficiency will go down. Just a tip. Okay, now that everything is landed, time to check the voltages. But another tip, always terminate at the device or at termination point first, and then at the panel. You will thank yourself later, because so many times I had to where I terminate at the panel and then hope I have to move that a little, this and that, but just another habit. And then, you know, check the voltages before you power on the breakers that power your devices, because, you know, sometimes things just go bad. Check again that voltage is correct on the panel, and then check individually each device before you put on the main cover. That's how it looks like after it is done. There you go. Tuck that pipe over the door.